So today it's time to give some attention to the societal challenges and how corporations are building long-term value for a broader set of stakeholders. But it's been such a crazy year for shipping with the supply chain disruptions all over the show, literally. What are the main challenges that you've been confronted with as a trader and a ship owner?
Well, the two things, trading and ship owning, supply chain, it's all very interconnected. Mm-hmm. But one of the things that's been really quite obvious this year, from a trading point of view, is our staff have been struggling with people finding it very difficult to make decisions.
How confident are you that the customers, especially low-income people, are ready to pay for the transition? I mean, obviously, we're under no illusions in this room, this virtual room, that this transition is going to cost. But yes, go ahead, Emmanuel.
There is no way the energy sector and the food sector, which frankly, both of them are the two big streams that need to radically change over the next 10 years if we want to be with a livable future. These are the two big streams, food and land use and energy, and that cannot happen without a transition that is just, and companies cannot do that alone.
What is very, very important is that energy should be affordable. It should be clean, but it should also be affordable. Because if it's not affordable, then people are not going to take it. They are going to go to the cheap solution, maybe to coal, and then it's a disaster for everybody.
All of a sudden, we see that before 2030, we will be able to capture more than the half of the CO2 emissions in the port, because that's another reason to act. We are part of the problem. So we can easily move from that position to the one that can find a solution.
Thanks very much. Obviously, three panelists who are very good at looking into the future.
Only by taking the initiative now can we continue proving that we are the most indispensable industry in the world to make that future a reality.
Well, changing habits to release new energies. I think those are really inspiring words for the community today. Once again, we have a really terrific mix on this panel with a major ship owner, a tank terminal operator, and one of the largest plastics, chemical, and refining companies in the world. And do you believe that diversity and inclusion training in your company actually makes a difference? Tell us now some concrete examples of how Odefjell is actually tackling this issue.
We use language decoding to make sure that the wording of our ads is not skewed toward one gender.
And you mentioned when we had our preparatory conversations that the D&I agenda is advancing faster in regions other than Europe.
But I think what we're doing is trying to understand from our European leaders, from our country level leaders, what are the diversity challenges?
And I've worked with quite a lot of chemical companies on the topic that the real move, and I can actually also include my own company, is only happening once you have the business case.
After what you've seen here for these 3 days, are you satisfied that the efforts on the ground to transform are becoming more concerted with partners across the entire ecosystem?
Truly impressed by the efforts which are underway, and also by the collaborative and positive spirit that the leaders have exhibited during these past 3 days. So we are clearly seeing that change is not only possible, it is happening, and it's happening in the whole petrochemical industry.